Hello everybody. Thanks for coming out today to this beautiful August day. I'm Tori Miedema, Park Development Specialist for the City of Sioux Falls Park and Rec Department. We're here today to celebrate the completion of our playground replacement project for 2017. The projects that are the parks that we've replaced the structures at this year are, of course, Meldrum, where we're here right now in the northeast part of town, Keene Park, adjacent to Oscar Howe in the west part of town, Baker Park near 61st and Valley View in the southeast part of town, or southwest part of town, and Lower Tuthill Park in the southwest part of town. This year's winner of the contract for the playground replacement projects is Crouch Recreation. They're suppliers for Little Tykes playground equipment. This equipment is basically has the newest industry play features and meets all the current industry safety and accessibility standards. The structures that you see behind me are a combination of a traditional play structure, which uses things like platforms and slides, and teamed up with a lot of the latest climbing features that you see out in the world today. They promote unstructured play. There are a number of different places where you can enter and exit the playground equipment, so you can incorporate any of the features at any time, and you're not waiting in line to go down a slide like you used to back in the day. Some of the other features that we have are some standalone play features, like the spinning orb that we have over to my left. A couple of the other sites also have the modern version of the merry-go-round. It's already been really popular as we've been driving around taking a look at them. Another really good feature that we have, we've gone strictly to poured-in-place rubber surfacing on all of our structures now. It's the latest and greatest safety surface. It's fully ADA compliant, and it also takes a lot less maintenance, both to keep it accessible and to keep the thicknesses that you need for fall safety. One other really cool feature that we have this year with the Crouch Recreation and Little Tykes is the Biba app. It's an app that's available on both Android and Apple phones, and it's designed to generate imagination-driven play with unique events at all the different parks. Basically, these games and events that you can get on your phone really promote increased physical activity and then also inclusive play with other park users. This particular structure is really special here at Meldrum Park because it's the last piece of the renovation of the entire park. Back in 2011, the Parks Department met with the Whittier neighborhood and also the City Council representative at the time, Kenny Anderson Jr., to just kind of talk about the different needs and wants that the neighborhood had for the park. We put a long list together, and in 2012, we did phase one of the renovation. Phase one consisted of a lot of different improvements, including a new picnic shelter, increased safety lighting throughout the park, also step access off of 6th Street to navigate the slope coming down into the park. But the big part of the improvements was an actual regrading of the majority of the park. Basically, the regrading made it ADA accessible off of the street to the north, as well as pathway going to all the different features within the park. But one of the other cool things, as part of the regrading, we took some fence and a large slab down near the water reservoir wall over to the east of the park. And what that did was it helped us tie in the grading to the rest of the park, but it also kind of framed that reservoir wall. So I think what is the coolest part about phase one of the improvements is we teamed up with the Whittier Middle School and the Whittier neighborhood and the Sioux Falls Art Council to commission a mosaic wall on that water reservoir. It turned something that was kind of ugly into something completely beautiful. Basically, the Whittier neighborhood and the middle school students all came together, talked about what was great about their neighborhood and the city of Sioux Falls, and basically put it out on the wall. A lot of diversity, which we're seeing all throughout Sioux Falls, and that's well represented there, and it just breathed a lot of life into the park. Now with this playground, this is the final phase of the renovation, and we tried to pick colors that kind of match with that mosaic wall, and did the same thing, tried to breathe more life into a park that's really well used. We also teamed with Bimbo Bakeries and to get a grant to provide 4 more benches so that there's bench seating throughout the park. So these playgrounds are 4 of 72 playgrounds in our park system for the citizens of Sioux Falls and visitors to enjoy. This project was part of our playground replacement program. Our playground replacement program has all those 72 play structures on a list. We inspect them weekly to make sure that there's no safety or accessibility issues. And then we look at replacing the structures after roughly 20 years. We use 20 years because we start finding that replacement parts are hard to find, are more difficult to find. Also, the industry standards as far as accessibility and safety continue to change quite rapidly, so we want to keep up with that the best we can. And then we also find that kids' play tastes change over time, so we want to keep our playgrounds fresh and fun and well used. Over everything else, the replacements are based on age and condition. The schedule for next year's replacement, we have 4 new parks. There'll be Whittier Park just to the west of here, Kenny Anderson just to the east, Menlo Park near Sanford Health, and Morningside near 33rd and Bonson.